So what I did was I made a Mother's Day acronym.
Okay.
So basically, I used obviously the letters of that comprise the word mother. I basically used each letter to give, adjective that attributes to what makes a mother like you a great mother. Okay. So obviously, M comes first. For that one, I chose the word mercy. And for each word, I put the definition so that way it could, be understood the way it's
Oh,
intended
okay.
to be.
Got it. Got it.
So, mercy. Mercy is the compassion or forbearance shown especially to an offender or one to subject's power, and is also one that is compassionate, who gives compassionate treatment of those who is in distress.
Oh.
I said, my mother is merciful. At times, this may make her feel overused, exhausted, and taken advantage of. Although people
Mm-hmm.
tend to want to combat these feelings out of negative connotation, mercy comes from a position of power, never weakness. Being merciful is not something to be ashamed of. It is only a trait of divinity. You have loved me unconditionally for every wrongdoing in my life, even when I was a baby, before my first breath was ever drawn. I was at your mercy, for I could not eat without you, breathe without you, live without you. I appreciate you and love you for your mercy. You endlessly give to those who may not even deserve it, because I've seen this when the universe had failed to show you mercy when you deserved it, and you refuse to allow people to feel that way. I appreciate you for your mercy.
Oh Lord, how many more letters we got to go? Jesus Christ.
You guys know I'm poetic. the second
Y'all
letter,
heard it? I said, oh my God, that's just, oh, I know, and that's just M. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, now keep
the
going.
second letter is origin. Origin is the rise, beginning, or derivation from a source. Mom, you are my origin, the place in which I was derived, created, and extracted. I am your creation. The irony that men have seemed to have domain over most of the world, while our literal existence would not be possible without the power that a mother possesses. You are the starting point for me. Every interest I have, everything I have contributed on this earth, and every dream I've obtained began with you. You loved me before my race even started and have never stopped, no matter if I slowed down or ran into a few obstacles. I am grateful to be a product of you. The next letter is T. For this, I use the word teacher. To teach is to cause someone to know something or to accustom someone to an action or attitude. Mothers are teachers. I remember when I was a kid, I wouldn't eat anything that had the slightest imperfection. I remember that you taught me that it's okay to eat because things in life aren't always going to be perfect. Almost symbolically to people in a way. But from that day forward, I never looked back. Nowadays, I typically break my Pop-Tart in half before eating it on purpose. You taught me how to crack and scramble eggs and taught me how to paint my first wall. You have also taught me so much by example, not to give up on things so fast. In some situations, with enough patience and diligence, a lot of things can be fixed. For example, when I got an oil stain on a jacket and I just wrote it off forever, you showed me that with some research and some baking soda and vinegar, I can make that jacket look as good as new. You have shown me what it means to be selfless, and I've learned that through watching you deal with people. For the next letter, I chose the word hero. Hero, by definition, is a mythological or legendary figure, often of divine descent, endowed with great strength or ability. It's also a person who's admired for achievements and noble qualities, and one who shows great courage. Although mothers aren't mythological or legendary creatures, at times they can seem like it. Mothers are heroes. always there to save the day when you need them. This can be a blessing and a curse. Due to the way that they always come through for us and how easy they make it seem, we don't realize how much it really takes out of them and give them flowers for it. This is why it is so important to reflect upon it on this day. I remember when we were kids and we had a last-second project that needed to get done, Mom would come to the rescue with her art and craft supplies in hand, ready with a seemingly endless supply of creativity. When I was ever in distress, you were there. I remember when I was in Orlando and you came with some cleaning supplies and turned a slum apartment into a better suitable place for me to lay my head. I never could have imagined that place looking as good as you made it, but somehow you managed. When I came back, it was as if you casted a power that transformed that place. But I'm not here to attribute your work to magic or powers. You are the one that helped me through with your unwavering love for me. Your diligence and persistence for the benevolence of your children is your ultimate power. For the next letter, I chose the word E. For this, I chose effort to back up my last word. Effort is the conscious exertion of power, i.e. hard work. This is what I must acknowledge about my mother, effort. Mothers are intentional. The problem is that we attribute a mother's ability to nurture to nature, as if it is this concept that just passively occurs, as if moms just sit back and let nature take its course and allows them to do miraculous things that they do. In actuality, we must attribute that to a mother's effort. Even when my mother is tired and she may not feel like doing something, she does it anyway, but most people would quit. Why? Because she is consciously and deliberately trying to make the world a better place for her children. This isn't by chance. This is intentional due to her love for her children. I've seen you fly across the country, walking up and down stairs, all around the house, even though your knees are hurting, just to make your son more comfortable. Putting yourself second to see someone you love continue to move forward. I see you, Mom, and I love you and appreciate you for it. For the last letter, which is R, I chose the word resilience. Resilience is the capability of a strained body to recover its size and shape after deformation caused especially by compressive stress, and is also the ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. My mother is resilient, the personification of the term. From a literal sense, the ability to have children and physically and mentally continue to go through this life. The power that my mother possesses to take the hits that life throws at her and bounce back seemingly stronger than before. No matter how much life or the people in it try to bring her down, she continues to remain on all 10. Sometimes, not even for herself, but for her family. Even when we don't deserve it, or we may do things that hurt her feelings. She loves us no matter what. You continue to inspire me with how resilient you are, Mom. The military hasn't been the best to you physically, but against all odds, I see your work and your effort to feel better and healthier. And that's something that everyone can learn from. You won't let the hardships of the military keep you down. You take matters into your own hands. You continue to want the best for us, even though at times we may not listen, but you never give up on us. You refuse to. I admire this about you, and I apply it to my life every day. And this is my exit excerpt. You're an amazing mother, and I don't know what I would do without you. I am a deep thinker, and I don't really know what the universe entails, but you make it conceivable that a God may exist if there's a being that exists the way in which you do. I love you forever, Mom. Your Boogaboo, aka Tuka.
Oh. Oh, that was beautiful, nah.